will now look at the bottom line, implementing and measuring the bottom line growth initiatives here. So who wants to kick this part of it off? This is all
Yeah,
about
well,
cost.
I'll jump in there. A lot of what we're doing, the three of us and at Nine Stone, is we're building ecosystems, technology ecosystems that allow us to be far more efficient in how we leverage what we already have. So we now have tons of data, more than we can handle, right? And how do we leverage that data to personalize communications, promote our products and services of our clients more effectively, right? With fewer internal resources. So a lot of times what we're seeing is the overhead associated with these promotions going down, right? And then we can scale campaigns. Let's even just take an example of like HubSpot or Salesforce. You build a webinar campaign and you have a structure that can work really well. You can clone that multiple times. Now you can run lots of webinars at much lower cost, right? And then just optimize them over time. Same for events, same for PPC,
Yep.
right? So you can go from, we have clients that, let's say even 10 years ago, where we're running, it'd take us 15 or 30 people in a marketing department to run the campaigns that we're running today on one person.
Right.
That amount of content and data and personalization across hundreds of thousands of contacts and often hundreds, if not thousands of salespeople, right? One marketing team member, right? But then we do got to get to the place. So all I'm saying is that technology is enabling us, right, to be a lot more efficient with how we think about operations. And that saves money, right? Saves on the bottom line.
Saves money, yeah. And I'll go next to talk about, and I think you said a lot of amazing things. And there's one thing, by the way, Alex, that stood out for me is that there's people that are still central. We have reduced some people operational costs, but those people have to be, evolve their skill set to work with these tools too very well. So
yeah, for sure.
It's very important to remember.
We haven't thrown people out.
No.
We love people.
We still love people.
Exactly. Yeah.
But on the PPC marketing side, in terms of the bottom line, the cost part, so we're actively driving in leads and focusing on the parts, the leads that turn into revenue. But then we take that revenue signal along with our tracking information, we pull it into the AI software that we use to map the cost that brought in that revenue, so that we can get more of all the things we did, the keywords and the ad copy, all the things that we did that led to that revenue. We want to do more of. So we're actually going to increase the cost of those,
right?
Because they're valuable. But we're going to also conversely know when there's a lack of a signal, and that is there's leads that don't turn into sales and revenue. And our AI systems, we can train them so that they'll bid down the keywords and the ads that even may lead to leads,
right?
Not just traffic, but leads, but don't give us revenue. So by lowering the cost on those and increasing there's always far fewer that turn into leads, turn into sales of all the leads. It's usually like 5 or 10% that turn into revenue, and 90% is cost. And because we know so well with our AI systems what is going on with the ones that aren't producing revenue, we can bid those down. By doing that, we can really lower the overall cost, because we're just increasing the cost of a small part, lowering the cost of a large portion of them, and that overall will lower overall cost.
Yeah.
And I want to be mindful of one thing. Sorry, guys, that to increase profit. Well, actually, I'm going to save it for part 3. It's a blend of the two. Go ahead, Alex.
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say that it is very important to know what is not really impacting your bottom line or your top line, right? So if we're running a marketing promotion and it's not successful or not successful enough, we do have the data to tell and to identify how much effort we're going to put into that. So a lot of times we're thinking about just the things that are going to work. Well, we want to know what doesn't work as well.
Right.